we're starting the protein trial I'm conducting with that crazy beekeeper from New Brunswick. So we're just numbering the hives right now, and I'm going to go through and assess them for strength just to see what their starting strengths are. Then we'll put on the patty, which has this formulation in it. See how the bees take it, see how the bees use it. So basically what we're going to do is just track the yards. We have a control yard, we have a treatment yard, and a negative control yard, and we're just gonna start the treatment in the spring here. Just keep an eye on these colonies as they go through, get them through the honey flow, and then what we're really going to test them is on the fall feeding as they prepare for that winter nest. We just want to see if we can kind of manipulate these nests to become to develop a better winter nest is what we're trying to see if this stuff will help us do. So that's the plan. I'm just going to tip back some colonies here to count some frames of bees, just to get our starting points, and drop some patties on and see how things go. So I'm going to assess these colonies the same way I assess the rest of my apiary, by tipping the hive back and counting the seams of bees underneath the box. If there's 8 frames covered with bees on the bottom of the nest, then I'm counting that as like an 8 framer. So I'm looking for the bees filling in the seams all the way across the bottom, and I'll show you what I'm doing here. Tip the colony back, and what I'm seeing is, this is, I call this my box of bees. I have bees right from side to side. So this would be a 10 frame box. It's a nice hive. Let's see what this one's got. This one's a little bit smaller, so I'm counting 1 frame, 2 frames, 3 frames, 4, 5 frames. So this would be a good 5 frame box. So you can see this clusters off to the side a bit. I like to keep my clusters centered, so what I'm going to do is probably shift these guys in the center, move these 2 empty frames over here just to give them access to honey on both sides of that nest so they can develop out like that. So we'll shift them as soon as I get into them. So I've counted this one as like a 10 frame and this one as a 5 frame. These guys have lots of stores, which is good. Yeah, so here's another box of bees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, we count this 9 frames. He's a beauty. One's a little bit smaller. 1, 2, 3, 4, and extending out to about there. So this would be, a good 4 frame. So I'll have to center this nest also. One, two, three, four, 5. This is like another box of bees. I'll count these guys 9. Keep track so I don't forget. These guys are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Another box of bees. Okay. So with the assessments done, we're going to feed them patties and then drop a pail of syrup on them and then close them up. So Saracell sent me a 10 frame hive top feeder, and I'm going to try it out in this colony. So what we're going to do is, I'm feeding a supplement patty here. I'm putting an inner cover on just because I want to keep a division between the bees and the upper box we're going to put on, just to retain the heat within the nest. So Saracell has developed this nifty little hive top feeder. Fits inside of a wood frame, and the bees climb up in the center. That's how they can access the syrup. But you also notice there's access to the corners, and what these do is, especially in a yard like this where I just go and set hives down and I don't bother leveling the pallet or do a poor job leveling, if this feeder is tipped a little bit, there will be syrup here that bees can't access from the center, so they'll come up from the corner to clean it up. So the feeder will be completely dry when they finish up this what we provide for them. We're going to put this on, so that fits on nicely. And Carrie's going to fill this up. What should we fill it? Just fill it up about half full, no, quarter full.
Line 1, line 2.
Line 1. And then we're going to put this inner cover on top, and then the hive top, just to be able to seal the corners to make sure the bees can't get in to rob. Okay, so that's one thing we got to watch with these hive top feeders, is that the bees can't get access to that syrup. Should be good. Okay, so we filled the feeder to line 1, whatever that measures. But if you can see, there's a bit of a slant because my pallet's not level, but that doesn't matter. The bees will access the syrup from the top, but it's slanted this way, so when they can't access this pool in the corner, they're going to get it through that corner access place there. Super cool. I'll let you cap it. We're battling wind today. The wind's like 40 to 60 clicks today. Thank you, Mother Nature. So we just have to make sure that the corners are all sealed up so we don't have robbing. And then we can cork it. There we go. We'll see how that feeder makes out. So I know you guys are going to be asking me about if I'm going to be switching to these Saracell feeders. I just love using different ideas like that just to see what's out there and other ways of doing things. Just like that kind of stuff. But I'm pretty set, and I've invested all my money into them already, but I'm pretty set on my pail feeders. So they work really well. They're quick, they're easy, just throw them on top of the lid. The bees access them very conveniently. There might be a little bit of drip issue, but you know, everything has its disadvantages. So anyways, I love my pails and I love trying out new ideas.